Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're here, chances are you're looking to improve your financial situation, and more specifically, you're wondering how to manage your income and expenses better. Balancing your income and expenses is one of the most crucial aspects of personal finance, and it directly impacts your ability to save, invest, and achieve financial stability. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into how to balance your income and expenses effectively. Whether you're just starting to manage your money or looking for ways to improve your financial habits, this video will give you actionable steps to take control of your finances and work towards financial peace of mind. We'll cover how to track and understand your income and expenses, ways to create a budget that works for you, tips to reduce unnecessary spending and maximize your savings, how to adjust your financial plan as your circumstances change. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to balance your finances and maintain a healthier relationship with money. So, let's get started. Before we talk about balancing income and expenses, it's important to understand the core components, income and expenses. What is income? Income is the money you earn. It can come from a variety of sources. Salary, wages, this is the most common form of income. It's the money you earn from your job, typically paid weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. Side hustles, freelance work. If you have extra income coming in from freelance work or side gigs, this is part of your total income. Investments. This includes any money you make from your investments like stocks, dividends, or bonds. Passive income, money you earn without active involvement such as rental income, royalties, or interest from savings accounts. To begin balancing your finances, you need to fully understand your total income and any other money you have coming in. Make sure to take a detailed look at each source of income and keep track of how much you're actually receiving after deductions like taxes and other withholdings. What is expense? Expenses are the costs of living, essentially the money you spend each month. There are two main types of expenses. Fixed expenses. These are regular, recurring expenses that are the same every month. Examples include rent or mortgage car payments, insurance premiums, utilities like electricity, gas, water, and internet. Variable expenses. These are expenses that can fluctuate month to month. Examples include groceries, entertainment, movies, dining out, events, clothing, medical expenses, travel. Understanding these categories of expenses is essential because it gives you an idea of where your money is going and how much flexibility you have. Fixed expenses are harder to adjust, but variable expenses can be trimmed more easily. Once you understand what income and expenses are, the next step in balancing your finances is to track everything carefully. Many people struggle with balancing their finances simply because they don't know where their money is going. How to track your income and expenses. Tracking your income and expenses is the first step in understanding your financial picture. There are several ways to do this. Manual tracking. You can keep track of your finances by writing down all income and expenses in a notebook or a spreadsheet. While this method can be time-consuming, it's a great way to become more mindful of your spending habits. Budgeting apps. There are various apps available that can help you track your income and expenses automatically. Apps like Mint, YNAB, You Need a Budget, or Pocket Guard sync with your bank accounts and categorize your transactions for easy tracking. Bank statements. Reviewing your monthly bank statements can help you identify patterns in your spending. Many banks also provide tools that categorize your spending automatically. By regularly tracking your finances, you'll start to see where you're spending the most and where you can make adjustments. How tracking helps with balance. Tracking your income and expenses allows you to assess whether your spending aligns with your financial goals. It helps you spot unnecessary spending overspending in certain categories, and potential areas for improvement. This is a vital part of balancing your income with your expenses. If you don't know where your money is going, it's nearly impossible to make adjustments. One of the most effective ways to balance income and expenses is through budgeting. Budgeting is the process of allocating your income to different categories of expenses, savings, and investments. Why budgeting is important. Creating a budget helps you control spending. A budget forces you to plan how much money you will spend on each category, giving you control over your finances. Identify priorities. A budget helps you understand what's essential and what's not. You can prioritize things like saving and paying off debt over non-essentials. Track progress. By regularly reviewing your budget, you can track your financial progress and make adjustments as needed. How to create a budget. Here's a step-by-step guide to creating a simple budget. List all sources of income. Start by adding up all the income sources you have each month. This includes your salary, side hustles, and any other income streams. List all your expenses. Write down your fixed expenses, like rent or mortgage, and variable expenses, like groceries, entertainment, etc. Set spending limits. Allocate specific amounts of your income to each expense category. Be realistic, but also try to limit your spending in areas that are not essential. Pay yourself first. It's always a good idea to pay yourself first by setting aside a portion of your income for savings or investment before you start spending on other expenses. Track your spending. Regularly track your spending to ensure you stay within your budget. If you find that you're overspending in one category, make adjustments the following month. Budgeting methods. There are several budgeting methods you can use depending on what works best for you. 50-30-20 rule. This is a simple method where 50% of your income goes to needs, housing, utilities, groceries, 30% goes to wants, entertainment, eating out, and 20% goes towards savings and debt repayment. Zero-based budgeting. In this method, every dollar you earn is assigned a specific purpose, whether it's for spending, saving, or paying off debt. The goal is to make sure your income minus expenses equals zero by the end of the month. Envelope system. This is a physical method of budgeting where you allocate cash for different categories and place the cash in envelopes. Once the envelope is empty, you can't spend any more money in that category. Once you have a clear budget, the next step in balancing your finances is to find ways to reduce expenses and increase savings. Ways to cut back on expenses. Cut unnecessary subscriptions. Review your subscriptions like streaming services, gym memberships, or magazines and cancel the ones you don't use or need. Cook at home. Eating out frequently can drain your budget. Cooking at home is cheaper and can help you save money in the long run. Find cheaper alternatives, whether it's switching to a less expensive phone plan or using public transportation instead of owning a car. Look for ways to reduce everyday expenses. Limit impulse purchases. Impulse buying is one of the quickest ways to overspend. Try to avoid shopping when you're bored or stressed and plan your purchases in advance. How to save more money. Set up an emergency fund. Ideally, you should have 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved in an emergency fund for unexpected situations. Automate your savings. Set up automatic transfers to your savings account or retirement account. This way, you'll save money before you even see it. Cut back on luxury items. If you're spending a significant amount of money on luxury items like designer clothes or expensive gadgets, it might be worth cutting back in these areas to boost savings. Pay off debt. Paying off high interest debt like credit cards is another way to balance your finances. Once the debt is paid off, you can allocate that money to savings or investments. In conclusion, balancing your income and expenses is all about understanding where your money is coming from, where it's going, and taking control of your financial future. By tracking your income and expenses, creating a realistic budget, and making intentional efforts to save and cut back on unnecessary spending, you can achieve a healthy balance and improve your financial well-being. Remember, financial success doesn't happen overnight. It's a continuous process of managing your money, making adjustments, and staying disciplined. But with the right strategies, you can gain control over your finances and work towards achieving your long-term goals. I hope this video has given you useful tips on balancing your income and expenses. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more financial tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.